Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we have a message of 2024 prediction, the upcoming of the new Earth, and what to expect, the energy that's coming up, and everything you may feel right now that's already happening to you, for you, and how to navigate yourself through these interesting phases that are in front of us. So firstly, my friend, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we can go on with the message. I want to invite you to a giveaway we are running on our Instagram page, AttractPassion, where you can win a free print of the painting called The Spirit Guide. And also in 2024 we'll be running frequent giveaways, so check it out, it's completely free, it's easy to enter. And also check out our AttractPassion Instagram page, where I'm sharing daily reminders, some energy updates at the times when I feel that something is happening, so check it out. So for the recent few days I felt I need to make this message, and then few ideas came to me and I wrote them down and I want to share it with you. And firstly, what's in front of you, my friend, is far greater than what's gone. And to many of you who've been through a spiritual awakening, or who feel that you're going right now, it will become more intense. In 2024, all this process will become much more intense. The first reason is that we are partially, or our higher self is partially integrated in our present selves. And because of the expansion of energy and the rise of energy of the planet Earth, you may start to feel like you're becoming more of your higher self and less of this ego selfish self. And due to this shift, you may start to feel like you're becoming much more intuitive, you're becoming much more psychic, much more connected. You may start to feel surprised how deeply you feel called to do certain things, or how connected you feel to nature, how certain people are just coming into your life. Many things may surprise you because the energy changes are happening now much faster than they did in the past. So we had cycles of strong waves of energy that started around 90s, and then the strongest one was in 2012, then another one was in 2018, and then another strong one was in 2021. That was very necessary, and that was the time when many of you started waking up. Some of you started around the year 2018, and some of you already around the year 2012. For those of you, it's everything that's happening right now was expected and is quite natural. You feel already at home with all these new energies. But to those of you who've started waking up at around 2021, everything may be getting really intense right now. So know that it will become more intense, but you will also become much more familiar with everything that's going on. So there's many crazy things that will happen also with AI, that we've experienced a huge growth of it in 2023. And with the science that is related to what right now may be discussed in metaphysics and spirituality, a lot of science will come up with proofs and evidences how everything is maybe not so mystical but actually natural, how everything we're talking about here, for example, is a part of nature and not so much just something mystical to talk about in certain circles. A lot of science will come out related to that, and many people will feel like, oh, it's crazy that all of this is suddenly happening, but for many of you it will be just a natural process. So it's not something to prioritize over your daily responsibilities, it's just something to follow up and to focus on what resonates with you. So the first thing that came to me was stability. 2024 will be a year of huge stability, because 2023 was a year of cleansing, it was a year of purification. In one sense, I'm feeling it as a year that has shaken us the way that what's unsustainable and what's unsupportive can fall off. So we can shake off, the weights off our shoulders of the things that don't help us to grow. They don't help us to evolve. So we can shake off these things and focus on what resonates. Focus on this intuitive sense that is guiding you through life. Intuitive sense is becoming more clear to you. It's also due to the energy and the integration of the higher self. So higher self is your pure self, your intelligence. It's your intelligence that is cosmic. It's your intelligence that was present in all your lifetimes. And every time you've been born, you've come here with a part of it, to just enough to stay kinda intuitive and connected to what is right. But as we are slowly shifting towards this age of Aquarius, it's already happening. We're in the first degree of Aquarius, and each degree takes around 72 years. So we're in the beginning of this age of Aquarius. But because of that, integration is taking place every single day, and we may feel much more connected to ourselves than ever before. But our self here, I don't mean this ego, selfish self, I mean this I am self, the I am, the real identity that you have. And therefore, everyone who's embodying this I am consciousness, which means the purest version of yourself you can tap into and be according to your present knowledge, those kind of people are coming together right now, and the magnet for those kind of people is just becoming stronger. So many people will come together in the future, and we'll talk about this today as well. So stability is something that will take place in 2024. Whatever you're working on or you've been working on this year, you will just become much more stable in it. Doesn't matter if it's spiritual, if it's something material like related to manifestations, your power of manifestation will become much more stable. Your mental health will become much more stable because you will learn to integrate and navigate these energies that may feel intense, but they're much more coherent, so they're not so chaotic. Which means that if you learn to work with these energies, it's a really pleasant work, it's a creative work, it's a fluid work. So in 2024 you can expect yourself getting into deeper stability. Then the second thing, you will start to see first breakthroughs of your work you've been doing this year. So many of you have been through a lot this year, and this year actually caused us to really shake off everything that is not aligned with the timeline, with the shift we're working in our lives, we're doing in health, in spirituality, in anything that was necessary. And we'll start to see first huge breakthroughs. It may mean like if this year you've started working on a certain business idea that you're really passionate about, the next year you will experience first breakthroughs where you will see that it's actually growing into something. If it's a relationship, you will notice that you're building a really strong emotional connection, something that is becoming really meaningful. If whatever it was for you, many breakthroughs will take place. And it's like this phase, if this year for you was a phase where you were not a caterpillar and you were not a butterfly, you were somewhere in between, in the next year you may experience often this sensation like you are becoming a butterfly. And it may feel that all the challenges that will still be occurring in your life, you will just be easily working through them. You will easily understand that it's all about trust. Anytime I'm thinking about 2024, I get this word trust and surrendering. So that's what I'm embodying, trust and surrendering. I'm not looking what other people are saying. I'm not looking what I've heard back in the past. I have this deep trust that everything finds me at the right time. I have trust that I'm able to do whatever I'm deciding to do. And painting taught me to trust myself, because sometimes I have no idea how to paint something, how to create a vision that I see in my mind. All my paintings are created like that. A vision finds me, or I meditate on it, or I just see a picture, or somebody tells me a story and I see a picture and then I paint it. And sometimes I don't know how to paint it. I feel like I don't have the right skill to paint it. And then it just says to me, trust yourself. Trust yourself that you can do it. And then, even though I don't know where to start, I mix colors and I begin working on it. And sometimes between the process, it feels like I'm failing it, but I still feel the same. Just trust, just keep up. And at the end, I'm surprised when I see the byproduct. Like, how was it possible? And that's what I feel about life right now. To trust, because you will be surprised how everything was actually possible for you. So trust is a big word for me right now, and if you feel it, if this resonates with you, great, work on it. Then the third thing that came to me and was really interesting was AI regulations. I don't know why it came to me, but most probably because we've experienced a huge growth, huge exposure of anything related to AI. Many, positive information around it, many negative information around it. But I'm quite objective around it because I feel it's a great tool. It can help us for us to focus more on our creative process. But me as an artist, I see the greatest value in art in the process of creating it. Because that's where we lose the sense of time, and that's where we become the most connected with what we call consciousness. I feel consciousness is creativity in action. It's a force that's constantly creating. And AI regulation, I really don't know why I feel that, but maybe for those of you who are using AI tools for maybe creating certain content, if you're using 100% of it and not much of your own imagination and not much of your own ability to maybe make it happen, just prepare in case if there will be certain regulations that will maybe not allow you to keep up with it. Just make sure that you don't let your power be taken from you just because you don't train your abilities. So I have no other words for that, but I always want to encourage people to like what Dalai Lama said. He said, people are being used and tools are being loved, while tools should be used and people should be loved. So with all these energy shifts and the new energy that's coming up, we're coming back together in this realization how to love one another, how to be authentic and truthful towards one another, and how to actually evolve as conscious beings and use the tools that we are creating so we can evolve more consciously. And here I see this AI regulation just as a healthy add up to everything that's happening in the evolution of consciousness. So we really focus on ourselves and we use all these tools only so as much as they can help us to evolve. So whatever is your approach to it, take from it whatever resonates with you. It's not something that's good, it's not something that's bad. I see it as a technology that is copying our own behaviors, it's copying our thoughts, it's copying our emotions. And as long as it's copying us, it means that we're in control of what we are projecting out. And as long as we're in control of that, we should make sure that we are giving out what's the most necessary and what can be the greatest expression of our own humanness. Because therefore we can be a good example for anyone who's watching us, kids, animals, nature, other people, whoever. So we can actually become really good examples of what it means to be a human. And also we'll see a huge progress in science. So we've seen a lot of it already, but I think it's still not going viral enough. And I feel that in 2024 there will be many breakthroughs in science. Many people will be like, well, what's going on here? And what's truly happening is that we are ready. We are ready to know who we truly are and why all these psychic abilities and sometimes traveling through time and all these mystical experiences that we often have, how all of that is possible from more a scientific standpoint for those people who are more intellectual. Many of us already kinda understand it intuitively, and we completely trust that because we had many of these experiences and we know how it works. But still, I think it's important to make some scientific data around it, just to recognize that this is how nature works, this is what life truly is, so then we can stop wasting our time for not so important things and, you know, polluting the planet and arguing with one another just because of certain belief systems and so on. So I think it's something really important, and I feel it's something that will start happening in 2024 really a lot. We are ready for that, so you're ready for it. And to many people it will feel like it's something crazy that's going on. It's a crazy evolution that's happening at such a short time, but it's necessary. Then the fourth thing is that people on the same energy will come together. So if you find yourself right now maybe being alone, or you find yourself going through a process, or you've been through a huge spiritual process in this year, in the next year you can expect meeting people who've been through something similar. You may expect coming across people who will resonate with you, with whom you will resonate, and it will just help you to connect the dots. It will help you to recognize that what we'll talk later, that there was a purpose behind your awakening, and that purpose will usually be recognized only when you will meet another person who will become a part of this process you're moving through. So people on the same energy will come together. That's what it means when we say like attracts like. And people who are purifying themselves, letting go of this old energy of fear, of anger, of guilt, of frustration, of rage, of anything that's kind of anchoring you into the past. If you're letting it go through healing, through doing the shadow work, through diet, through working out, through taking care of yourself, making sure that your responsibility, the main responsibility is your well-being, your inner peace, inner harmony, and love for life. When you start doing more of the things you love to do, life will take care of you. Life is like, I support you if you support yourself. I support you if you learn to support yourself. If you don't support yourself, I can't do anything about it because you have a free will. So people who are taking care of themselves, they will be taken care of. And that's what I always feel. And when I'm working with people, I always remind themselves, look, the first priority is to take care of yourself. Not sure your kids, your family, everything, but firstly take care of yourself. Because when you take care of yourself, you can share more love with your kids. You can be a great example of what it means to live in balance, to live in harmony, to live in joy. And you can be a great teacher. You can be a great example, a great mentor. And then the last thing that came to me is that those of you who are spiritually awakening will find a purpose behind it that will connect you with others on the same level even more. So there's always, in reality, there's always a purpose behind why something is happening. But this more mystical sense of life is often for people unknown, like why I've started having this kind of dreams, why I've started waking up suddenly and questioning everything. So today I wrote down that many of you are becoming more sensitive to energy, intuitive insights and activations during your dreams may be happening to many of you around this time. If any uncommon, mystical things have been happening to you lately, know that it's natural process of awakening your senses that's taking place and will intensify in 2024. It's a very slow process, so don't rush Stay patient with yourself and don't prioritize it over your daily responsibilities. When the time is right, you will know exactly what to do with everything that's awakening within you. Stay true to your self-care routines and grounding practices such as working out, diet, nature, and so on. And know that there's a purpose behind all of that, and the purpose is that we raise the energy here. So when we're raising the energy here, what's happening, each of us awakens a potential, and one potential can't be accomplished if we don't come together and find others who can fulfill that potential. So when more of us start doing that, we experience a momentum of much higher energy that was present on this planet before. And there is a momentum of much higher energy that's happening for some time now, but it's intensifying. It's getting stronger, and we may feel it more and more. So to many of you, it may feel like you are starting to feel more natural than ever, and you need to integrate it, ground it, and really focus on doing more of what you love to do. Focus more on what you love to do and less of what you don't love to do. And it's in everything, in relationships. Focus more on people that truly spark love within yourself, joy within yourself, passion, curiosity within yourself, and less on those who are constantly pulling you down, who want you to stay the same, who want you to stay in a shadow. So make sure that you focus on what really helps you to be this blissful being that came here to be, and see where it will take you, my friend. I hope you found something valuable today. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting, The New Earth. It was created a long time ago, but it resonates for this message, so I hope you've enjoyed it. And to anyone who would love to support my art, go and check out our Etsy store, AttractPassion. The link is in the description of this video. So check it out. If any painting resonates with you, they're all intuitive. They were all created from a vision. So if any of it resonates with you, it means that maybe it needs to awaken something within you. So check it out, and thanks so much for your support. Till next time, one love.